Hello, welcome to JAV Show. This is Jorge.
And this is Viv.
And hello, friends. I think you guys have all just celebrated Halloween. Or we record this a bit early, so we have not yet celebrated Halloween. We did have a Halloween podcast last week, so if you guys didn't know, check that one out.
I hope you guys got a lot of candy or got lit or dressed up in some sort of way.
Yeah.
I really like dressing up for anything.
What do you mean? Like Thanksgiving, you wear like a turkey suit or something?
Or no, more so like if there's an occasion to dress up for something, I usually try to dress up because I think it's nice to just put a little bit more effort and, you know,
like a wedding or something?
Romanticize life. Like whether it's a wedding, a party, Halloween.
Oh. I do sometimes like putting on a suit, but only sometimes. Like some event I really want to go to. Like if it's an event, my parents are like, you have to come to this and I have to wear a suit. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, really? I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, I gotta dress up.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so like if your family had to go to a funeral, are you like, fuck?
Well, yeah, because it's a funeral, dude. That's completely different.
But yeah, I also have to dress up. Like sometimes my parents make me go to a funeral of like an old family friend that I don't really even know of.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you were a bit younger. Like nowadays, my parents are like, you want to go? I'm like, no, like, okay, it's fine. You don't have to go.
Oh, really? My parents had this belief that like, oh, if you don't have to go, you shouldn't go because then you'll like attract too many bad juju stuff. So the funerals that I did go to were only like the most necessary ones. And it's not like family friend, a person of this person type of thing. It's like, no, we only go to the ones that we really need to go to. Otherwise, it brings in like bad juju, or you have to do this, you have to do that afterwards in order to make sure that something doesn't follow you home.
Yeah, I don't remember. I feel like sometimes we had to go to some that I didn't really want to go to, but sometimes it was like a bit closer family friend and my parents wanted us there. We were forced to go and stuff, but it is what it is. But yeah, though, like, especially those events or like my mom's friends, whatever event, and I have to dress up for that shit. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck that shit. Only sometimes I like dressing up. Maybe for like a friend's wedding or something like that.
I love dressing up for weddings and events and stuff.
But do you have a lot of like event specific clothes? Like I have some Christmas clothes. I only wear it like once a year.
I do have Christmas themed clothes.
You have Easter themed clothes?
No. But I think when I talk about dressing up, it's like putting a little bit more intentional effort into putting yourself together that day.
Do you wear this?
If you have something on theme, even fucking better.
Do you wear the same thing for Thanksgiving and for Easter?
No. Usually for Thanksgiving, I'll either just go like comfy or I'll dress like, it depends. If it's a dinner at my mom's side of the family, which it happens every year, I'll dress more comfier than not. And if it's a dinner with my dad's side of the family, which rarely ever happens because I only have one cousin here on my dad's side of the family, then I'll dress more like, fall themed, very like fall-esque. And
do you dress up for Chinese New Year's?
Yeah.
Like you have like a capo or like a whatever other Chinese dress
or
whatever?
I'll specifically try to wear red and then do my hair some sort of way and blah, blah, blah. Put red more in my makeup.
I literally just wear new clothes and then, try to get red into it and that's it.
Yeah, but I think that part of it's really fun.
Oh, really? Yeah. Like picking it out and all that stuff, matching it and stuff. I don't have many new clothes every year, so I just use whatever I have.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, whatever new things I have, I'll just wear. If I have any that year. Some years, I'm like, fuck. Like, especially during, when I was in school and during exams and shit, I'm like, fuck that. I'm just wearing whatever the fuck, like one new t-shirt and one pair of new socks and that's it.
Oh, yeah. Like for the first day of school.
Oh, yeah. Do you dress up for that?
I would dress up.
I think we only dressed up for the photo day.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever that day was. And it was always something ridiculous. My mom, because like my mom would dress me when I was a kid, right? Like she put the clothes out and be like, here, wear this when you go to school.
Me before too. But if it was a special day, then I would intentionally be like, no, I gotta wear this. I gotta wear this. Oh. And I remember I had a phase in elementary school where I would wear like princess dresses to school. But they're not like princess dresses. Not like Ariel or Belle or something type of princess dresses, but actually like dresses that like gowns type of dresses that look like they would be a princess dress, but not like a Disney princess dress.
Just for like a normal day of school?
Yeah, because I'd be like,
God, that's so extra.
You gotta fucking show up, you know?
Damn. Nope, we never.
I love dressing.
My parents would never let us do that. They're like, your nice clothes will never see this fucking school. Your nice clothes are only for events and special occasions.
I think my parents did or specifically my dad, I guess, would do a very good job at encouraging my dreams and my Delulu fantasies.
Oh, really? No.
Of being like, oh yeah, I'm a princess today. I'm like, yes, you are.
My parents would be like, you are not getting this fucking dirty at your school. Yeah, I remember at school, it's like, it wasn't really a fear, but it's more like, so I grew up poor and like it sucked having to always buy new shoes because, you know, as you grow up, you have to get new shoes. Because it's like, my parents, we'd have to go to like, you know, like, was it Payless shoes or whatever, just to get new shoes every time because it was quite expensive. I understand, like, kids are fucking expensive, right?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
So then sometimes I'd be like, oh, fuck, I got to try to fit my stuff this year or else we have to buy new stuff. And I was like, I don't want to go through that whole process of buying new stuff with my parents. Yeah, so then we'll have to like try to fit into all this shit we had before until it breaks.
Or you buy something a little bit bigger.
Yeah, you have to buy it. You have to size up for it.
Yeah, especially, maybe not for shoes, but especially for jackets for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And other clothes. But for me, I got a lot of hand-me-downs growing up.
Oh, did I? I don't remember. I may have from my brother, but no, I think I just wore the shit out of my clothes until they broke. Yeah? Like, I barely bought new clothes. Like, or my parents barely really bought new clothes too. Like, we just wore it until it was dead. Mm-hmm. Actually, my parents used to like make clothes.
Oh, cool.
Like, you ever go to the fabric line and they have the whole thing and you can like choose the set or like it'll tell you what you need to buy to make this pajamas or something like that.
Oh, that's so cool.
They used to make that. I don't know if it was actually cheaper than just buying pajamas. Probably was back then. Probably not nowadays. Was. Nowadays, it's probably cheaper to just go Amazon and buy it, to be honest. But back then, it was probably cheaper to actually buy the fabric and then sew it and then put it all together and shit.
My mom and I used to do that together. We used to make pajama pants, or specifically, we made bed sheets and pillowcases.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Together. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually pretty unique because, like, Joyce's sister is very into, like, making her own clothes and stuff. So then every time we go on vacation now, we just buy a bunch of fabric and bring it back for her. And then she'll, like, make Joyce some clothes and stuff and all these things.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like, pretty much, like, half our suitcase would be, like, fabric.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, like, when we went to Bali, we bought a bunch of fabric, and we went to Morocco, we bought a bunch of fabric. Because I think it's a bit more known there for having fabric or nice fabric for relatively cheap. Mm-hmm. So that's what we do now when we go. We just buy a bunch of fabric and let her do whatever.
What about when you were in Korea? Did you buy?
I don't think it's cheaper there, is it? I have no idea. Like, I think it's not well known to be cheaper. So, for example, like Morocco and Bali, I think both of them, it's like really good quality for the price also. Mm. So I don't know if Korea is known for their fabrics and stuff, so probably not. And our suitcase were already full, so it wouldn't matter.
I see.
But yeah, and the other couple trips we have been getting fabric and stuff. It's kind of cool. I actually really like. I like the fact. Like, I would, if I cared more, I would probably only make my own clothes instead of buying shit.
Wow.
Because that'd be so. I feel like that's such a cool skill.
It is.
And so unique, and you can like literally have your clothes completely custom.
Yeah, it's very time consuming though.
Is it? Oh fuck. Yeah, never mind. I would never do that then. I wouldn't care that much. The most I do is I take t-shirts and I turn it into muscle shirts. That's about it.
That's pretty fucking easy.
I mean, you just use scissors, you cut it, but I think the right way is you also have to sew the ends of it, right?
If you want to. Unless you want a raw edge.
No. Because then if not, it'll just keep ripping and breaking.
Depends on the material.
Oh, I mean, by the time you want to cut up a t-shirt, probably dying.
Yeah, but it still depends on the material. Not all material frays like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I just get clothes and I throw away clothes and people give me clothes. That's usually how I do it. Usually I try to get like one piece of clothing from somewhere I travel to. Mm-hmm. I didn't get it in Korea. I was too lazy. There was just too much going on. I was like, I don't care enough. I didn't find anywhere where it was like, I don't know, nice and good pricing. Like some of the stuff I saw there is like, oh, I can get the exact same thing in Edmonton for like the same price.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the clothes looked really cheap or like even just slightly cheaper. Maybe not like cheap.
Yeah.
But for me, when I shop for clothes, I really have to really slow down and take my time. And I just felt like there was just too much for me to really take that time in each store and really look. So I didn't really buy any clothes.
I don't know. I'm more of I'm lazy as fuck. I buy a lot from Costco. I like Mark Fork Warehouse too.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, it's starting to get popular, like the flannel stuff, and it's kind of annoying because it's like I like that, but I like it for its functionality and purpose. Whereas like it's just getting more popular in terms of style, which makes it more expensive now.
I think it is always kind of popular to wear like flannels and checkered button-up tees around the fall time.
Oh, like I like it for its actual use where I can like wear it when I'm doing work and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But we'll see. We'll see. As long as people don't spam Mark's Work Warehouse. Yeah, but no, I don't really buy clothes. I'm too lazy. I had to buy a pair of shorts recently, like gym shorts.
For what reason?
I just don't have enough pairs of shorts through the washing cycle of the week.
I see.
And
where'd you buy it from?
From Sport Check, and I had the whole like friends and family discount. It was still so fucking expensive.
Yeah,
like the Nike ones, it was originally like I think like $60-$70. I got it for like $30-ish.
Oh, that's not bad.
And I thought that was like, it wasn't too expensive because I went to Winners first, and I was like, okay, what's the average price for shorts here? And they're like around the $20 to $30 range. So when I got it for $30, I was like, okay, that's fine. But I remember when I was much younger, shorts were way cheaper. It was like the fucking no one cares about type of
fucking
clothes.
Everything is so much more expensive nowadays.
But now it feels like, I feel like the increase in price of shorts compared to like t-shirt was like insane. Like t-shirts haven't gotten that much more expensive in my opinion. But
I would imagine you go buy a t-shirt now, it's probably like $80, $60,
really?
$80. Yeah.
That's what people are paying for t-shirts now?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a cheap bastard then.
Yeah, everything's like definitely gone up in price.
Because like my acceptable range for a t-shirt is like $20 to $30.
Oh yeah.
Which I can find.
Oh yeah.
Like Winners have it, or like fucking Uniqlo sometimes have that stuff too.
Yeah.
For a t-shirt.
Even Uniqlo prices I feel like are going up a little bit.
But I feel like you can still get it in that, like I feel like when I was younger, a cheap tee was like $8 to $10.
Yeah.
Right? And now a cheap tee might be like $15 to $20.
Yeah.
But a cheap shorts was like cheaper. It was like $5 or something like that back then. And then now it like exploded, it feels like. But I don't know. Maybe people are getting healthier and they're running more, so
it's more shorts literally available. The economy, everything's just getting more and more expensive.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing too. It's like you can't, I don't know. Like no matter how much you want to be in the economy and like, you know, owning assets and stuff to make money, if the inflation outpaces that, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
For example, it's like, I think I was listening to this video recently. If you look at the recent, like just year to date this year, general overall stocks have increased, say like 15%, but inflation has increased by 10% too. So it's like, dude, we can't even outpace that.
Yeah.
That being said, it is also weird because some of their numbers are really weird. So when they say inflation's increased by like 10%, it's like, what does that mean to you? Like, has eggs cost 10% more? Has bread cost 10% more? Has gas cost 10% more? Et cetera, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, beginning of the year to now, I don't think gas has gone 10% more. I think it's about
this is cheaper almost.
I think it's about the same. It's like really close. It's not, it hasn't fluctuated that much.
I feel like there was one point of the year where it was like 140 something.
Yeah.
And right now it's like 119.
Yeah. But like as in like beginning of the year to now, it's like pretty close. So it's like, it's weird because they do say these inflation has increased on certain things, but it's like if you don't buy those specific things, like let's say you're super like normal basic or super basic, you only, you know, get grocery, buy gas, you don't really go shop or anything like that.
Yeah.
Has your life increased by 10%? Like housing prices, has that increased by 10%? I don't think so.
I think it's increased by a decent amount.
Not 10% for sure. Because that's
more.
Yeah, it's not. Like for sure, it's probably either stayed level or gone down a bit. Because
really,
yeah, because it's starting to sway more to a buyer's market than a seller's market.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it has increased. Don't get me wrong, it has increased, but it has not. Like its year over year increase is less now.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Right. So, and even, or maybe even just stayed the same throughout. Because like it's just not been good for the housing market. But yeah, it is weird when they say like inflation's increased by this much. It's like, how applicable is that to you? Or is that only increased by that much because their overall like GDP value or some bullshit like that, where they calculate that stuff, right? Because like, has their taxes gone up by 10%? I swear to God, like they don't say it is, but when I see my parents' property tax, I was like, fuck, man, this is more than last year for sure. And like my insurance, I was like, fuck, this is way more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's like, if you're only counting these numbers, then yes, it has increased by 10%. But that's, yeah, kind of weird too, where they have to calculate that.
Can you imagine being a teacher during this time?
Oh yeah, with their strike. It's pretty brutal for them. It's rough.
Absolutely rough. Zero pay, zero benefits. Yeah. Literally your whole employment is frozen.
Yeah.
And then They might be forced back to work next week.
How does the force? But do you know how the force back to work work?
I'm not sure about all the details, but they're literally forced legally. They're putting some act into place, forcing all the teachers to go in, and it's like, oh, if you don't go in and you wanna still strike against this, then they can fine you or you can be terminated, even if you have tenure.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it sucked to be a teacher right now in that situation. It sucked in general, and actually, I feel like in North America, it just sucks in general to be a teacher because they just don't get paid a lot.
Appreciated.
Yeah, and they're pretty important. They're very important.
Oh, very important. I asked a few teacher friends if they were going to get paid if they get forced back to work, and they're like, "Oh yeah, of course, it's illegal to not be paid." But then you have to remember, people in, I think it was Air Canada recently, like a few months ago, they got forced back after their strike without pay.
No. They get paid for it.
Oh, really?
They get forced back, but they didn't do it.
But then I heard that in the States, people weren't getting paid.
No. So like, the problem in Canada was that how their contract work is they only get paid for fly time. So if they're at the checkout desk helping you, that they don't get paid for that. But then I don't know how the contracts work back then. They had a negotiation, they had a deal where it's like, the hourly rate for their fly time was significant enough to cover their standby time.
Yeah.
Right. So that might be what you're thinking, but they will still get paid at the end of the day for doing that work.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Because I remember when I was at the airport, I could just hear all the chitter and chatter from like everyone, and people were like, "Oh yeah, like we're not even getting paid. Like I don't even want to stand here. Like all our work here is not getting paid."
Yeah. Like while they're standing there, it's not because it only counts their fly time.
I see.
That's how their contract works or whatever.
That's shit.
But yeah, it is illegal for them to make you work and not. That's slavery.
Yeah.
If they make you work and they don't pay you. Yeah. So they will still pay you if you work, but yeah, they won't pay. They won't pay you fairly of what you assume fair is. That's all.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, the strike does suck. I don't know. It sucks. It's like, I really wish they were valued more, but they're not. Because if they're valued more and they do get paid more money, then more like higher education people would want to be teachers. Because I feel like it's a very noble job and it could be a very fun job too.
In a way, I feel like, okay, this is why I'm not a teacher, okay, obviously. I feel like part of it is like babysitting a bunch of kids.
Yeah. Yes, no. You're inspiring the next generation. What do you mean? Right. But yeah, it's not everyone is worked out to be a child, a teacher, right?
Yeah.
To like help kids and stuff. But if the minimum requirement to become a teacher was higher, and I don't know how that'll work. Pretty much, unfortunately, in university, it all felt like anyone who failed went to be a teacher.
Ooh,
unfortunately. That's what it felt like, because it felt
I know
like
some people that intentionally went to go be a teacher.
But I feel like that was very few in comparison to the ones who like didn't end up being a marine biologist and went to education degree instead, right? Like, or like they tried to go to pre-med or med and then they end up doing education instead.
Where they go into some sort of research and then after research you just become a professor or a teacher.
Well, professor is different from teacher. Right?
Oh yeah,
like that's a significant difference. But yeah, if they respected them as much as a professor, then they would also demand higher pay, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know a good system for that. It does suck, but it's like theoretically that's what you want the most. And especially if your country's growing, that's specifically what you want.
100%.
Which is tough because I don't know how much we're growing in terms of like population.
Yeah, I don't think our government is the type of government to really care about our future generations in that sense. Like for the people over the economy, and it just doesn't tie together in their eyes, in my opinion.
Yeah. Let me see what Canadian population has been like. Canada population per year. Oh, 1950 to 2025. Yeah, so I think we've been declining the last 2 years.
Sick.
So 2023 was the peak of it at 40 million in Canada, as per whatever this is. I don't know. It's probably some census or something. The annual percent change. So it was only 2024 that was a negative 2.47% change. I forget what the percent changes you need for an actual growing population. Actually, I guess it's anything bigger than 0, right?
Really? No. It has to counteract the amount of deaths.
Yeah, so this is, if it's bigger than 0, there's more births than deaths. Or more, not just births, but people coming in and births combined is more than deaths. That's a different one. That's like the birth rate has to be a certain number.
Yeah.
That's if you want internal growth. You could have external growth too, like from immigration and stuff.
I see.
But yeah, if theoretically we're a growing population, you do want to value teachers the most because they will be literally the biggest role models to most of the generation. It does suck though. Yeah, I don't know what. I'm not the solver for this one. It's not my problem, unfortunately. When I have kids, I will be so into this. When I get kids, I'm gonna be like fucking all up into we need the best teachers and all this shit.
The classrooms are too crowded. Blah, blah.
But until then, fuck this shit, man. I just need my benefits. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I think it must be crazy being a student at this time. Imagine you're still in school and let's see, when was 20? Imagine you're in like junior high.
Yeah.
Like grade 7 when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then for those 2 years, school is a little wish-washy. You're out of school because of restrictions, because of all that stuff. Yeah. And then you don't have to take your exams or whatever happens in junior high. I don't remember anymore. Yeah. And then now, your teacher is on strike, so you're out of school again.
Yeah. I mean, you remember the strike back in 2002? We had a strike when we were kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, public schools. It was a strike for about a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was pretty similar in duration. If this ends soon, it'll be similar duration of the current one. But it was for about a month. And I don't know. As a kid, that was a pretty good month. We were chilling. We were having fun at home. But definitely some brain rot.
Probably. I probably wouldn't have known because I would have been in kindergarten or literally not in school.
2002? Yeah, I think I was like grade 1 or 2 or something, or 3 maybe. In that range. Yeah, it was chilling. But yeah, it is weird too. And also like the value of things is so weird in school now. Like now with like AI and superior, not even just AI, like Google's changed so much. Like I still remember YouTube and Google back when I first started university, and it was like dog shit. Like you couldn't really use it to do anything.
What the fuck is this site that you're on?
Yeah. But now it's like, dude, you can search and get anything with probably pretty good reliability and accuracy.
Yeah, you can learn anything.
Yeah. But then at the same time, it's like, how do you teach kids the value of like, I don't know, like the Dewey Decimal System or some bullshit like that?
Oh, you don't.
Or I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else they're learning that is super valuable that they, I don't know, like social studies and stuff. I guess there's some value to it in terms of like to think for your own.
Just knowing the world in a way. But I feel like the education system, there's a lot of things that need to be updated because obviously technology and information is so easily attainable.
Yeah.
And you can easily like get some TLDR on a whole entire textbook or on a whole paper without actually reading it now. And so I feel like the material also has to change.
You'd be weird right now.
And the way you learn it.
You'd be super weird right now, health class.
Why?
I don't know, like so back then we had like sex ed and all that stuff in health class.
Yeah.
And it felt kind of just whatever. But now there's like so much more they have to teach you on that shit because there's so much more coming from the online side. Right?
In what ways?
Like fucking like porn and all that stuff is way more prevalent now. And then not just that, it's way more readily available now. And like if you don't teach them at a young age of like what's right, what's not, and those type of things, like how the fuck do they know this stuff? It feels like it'd be so different from back then. There's like charts and tables and diagrams and all that shit. But now it's like, dude, everything's on the internet. You can search that shit and there's gonna be like a billion stuff.
I can see that. I feel like it's what you would have to teach isn't that different though in that aspect. Even though it's a lot more easily accessible to like see porn, do all that stuff. I feel like it's the same level. Teachers will have the same level of care in that sense because for us, I know that our generation, we didn't have that much material or things weren't that accessible for us, but there was still a limit on what teachers actually taught you in school versus what you had to learn on your own.
That's true. I wonder for like the other part of health class too, like diet and stuff like that, like nutrition. I don't know if you ever taught any of that stuff back in school. I think we were taught like
basic stuff,
the
like
food pyramid or like the food like rainbow thing, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's so controversial now.
Yeah, 100%.
It'd be so hard because they could teach something, but the parents could be like doing something completely different. Like if my kids were in school right now, I'd be like, no, we just eat meat at home.
Yeah, like that's the difference between how limited they actually care, you know, in that sense. Like the education system or the syllabus cares. Exactly like how we're talking about health class. Like there's so much that you have to learn on your own. And in health class, they probably just taught you like, stay abstinent from sex or use a condom and that's it. And you get your period sometimes, and like this is how people reproduce, but that's it. But you learn so much more by yourself.
Yeah.
Versus they could teach kids the same thing now, and then kids will still learn so much more outside of that. And it's like, even for when you took COM, I think it was called COM, in high school, and it taught you the basics of budgeting, the basics of, I don't even know what else COM did for you. But for that, you learn so much more outside of that.
Yeah. Like crypto and all that
things.
shit.
Oh yeah, like things that are actually useful to your life. You don't learn in high school. You don't learn in school to that degree. I feel like to adults and be responsible to that degree. You don't learn a lot of that stuff in school.
I wonder if they still teach Shakespeare. That's a weird one too.
Oh yeah, I wonder why.
Like,
or I wonder if they do.
Like I felt like it was completely useless.
Yeah, me too.
Like even to this day, as an adult, I was like, I could have not learned that, and my life would have been the exact same.
You know, I feel like that's the case with a lot of shit you learn in school, though.
In high school, yeah.
But I think it's very specific to where your career goes. Because I could say, like, oh, a lot of the stories and shit I learned about, like, the settlers and the trading posts and stuff, literally, it impacts my life to 0 degree. I didn't need to learn that.
I wonder. Because that
I could
part
say a lot of math, like, other math form. Okay.
No, I used a lot of math still. Not still, but I like without the fundamentals, I'd be struggling now, I think.
Yeah, actually, I take that back too because my job.
But even social studies, I do see the value in a bit of it. So like for example, the trading post you're talking about. I feel like if you're anywhere in like business or marketing, to know the history of that, of how they use that system was kind of important.
But is it important enough for everybody to learn it? Or should it be something that's taught in a more specialized area, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm skewed. It's just like, I'm just thinking about like overall benefit. So like math, overall benefit, very high.
True.
Science, overall benefit, very high.
True.
Right? I think physical education, overall benefit, very high.
True.
Learning Shakespeare, overall benefit.
Very low.
That's what I think, right? Learning about social studies, overall benefit, low. But I don't think as low as like, for example, Shakespeare. Like, I feel like the number of adults now using the stuff they learn from Shakespeare is a lot less than the number of adults using the stuff they learn from, like, social studies, right?
I would agree.
Like, learning about the history of, like, certain wars and stuff like that, I think that's kind of important because it shapes your, like, political viewpoints of, like, having a balanced political viewpoint.
Yeah, and knowing why, like, wars happen and all
that shit. Yeah. And also, like, knowing, like, when we turn 18, we can start voting. Well, making that decision is very important, but also because making that decision is very important, how to become informed or what happened in the past, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's good to learn that. I know a lot of like younger generation wants a bit more socialism, but like learning like, oh, what happened back in like, Soviet communism and what happened back in like Nazi Germany and what happened back in like wherever else where the system may not have worked, right?
That's true.
Then knowing that, I think, is kind of important to know because you're gonna be voting on people who will be able to change those things, right? Mm-hmm. So like if everyone didn't know that, and if you just went to someone and just advertised socialism just in general without any of the negative part, they'll be like, oh, that's great, I will vote for that person. That person wants to help everyone. Everyone gets the right. But then once you start learning about all the bad shit that happens from that, you're like, oh wait, hold up a second, right? So that's what I was thinking, like, oh, social studies kind of important for that aspect of you having the power to elect these officials now. But I don't know, like English was kind of tough to justify. It's like I needed the basic English portion, and don't get me wrong, I read every night. I still really enjoy reading.
Yeah.
But sometimes I felt like in English I was like trying to analyze this to the point where I didn't care. It's like it went beyond enjoyment. Right? Right? We're like, oh yeah, look at this simile and this metaphor and how it connects to this and how much symbols they're representing in this sentence and shit. I'm like, what the dude? I'm not even enjoying this now.
I can see that. But actually, now that you're saying similes and metaphors and stuff, I can see how that part is valuable in terms of communication in real life. And in order to read and have depth with the stuff that you write, or more specifically, how you understand what is being said to you and the material that you're reading.
Yeah.
To understand all that, I can see how that's actually very valuable. But for Shakespeare, no. Shakespeare specifically, no.
It's like almost learning a dead language when we learn Shakespeare. It's like a language that no one's ever going to use before. Like, it's cool that you get a couple of references, but no one cares about it anymore. A lot of people I feel like don't care about it. I won't say no one. I'm sure there's some like crazy people that are really into that now. Or still.
I heard in BC.
Yeah.
One of the core subjects is no longer social studies. You can now replace it with learning how to code, which I think is pretty fucking neat. And that was a few years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, that my cousins told me.
Yeah, I feel like we should still have like history as like a core requirement.
Oh, interesting. I think
because I feel like there's still like a broad history required, or broad history knowledge is still required.
I think it would be nice if you were just told that in like some little option booklet, like how you did COM, how you were required to do COM before you graduate high school. But I think if I were to talk about the overall value of social studies over knowing like technology, I would say technology is way, 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 way more valuable.
I don't know, actually. Because I feel like the historical lessons that can be taught from learning history is like fundamental in growing and not making the similar or same mistakes, right? But I agree that it doesn't need to be taught in that depth. Like, I didn't need to learn 12 years of us fucking the natives. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I get it. You know, it happened and stuff, but I didn't need 12 years of that, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the classes where we learned a little bit about like, okay, why did the Vietnam War happen? Okay, that's kind of cool, right? Like, you know, or like, what was the Korea War? That was kind of cool. I feel like learning a lot about the different wars, what led to the wars and things like that was kind of important because, again, if we're going to like vote for people, we want to make sure that, you know, we don't repeat something that has already happened once.
Right.
Right. But I agree that we don't need it to the depth that we did learn it. We just need like a broad understanding of like, okay, you know, some parts of communism very bad, you know, some parts of, you know, fascism very bad. But also, you know, there are some parts of capitalism that are also very bad, right? Like corruption, very, very bad. And I feel like if we learn some of those stuff, but it gets weird because like if you start putting politics into school, it gets like super weird.
Oh, 100%.
That's so hard for them to do, right? It's like if there was a way where they could balance it, be like, all right, we're going to do like 2 chapters about, you know, socialism stuff and then 2 chapters about capitalism, the good, the bad, the ugly, all 3 in each of them, right? Just for like a fair viewpoint. But yeah, I can see that going Ari really fast.
Yeah. But I think overall technology, very valuable. Very sick skill for students to learn early on. Can you imagine if knowing how to code all these languages comes naturally to you as if you're speaking English?
I mean, so it goes like right now what's coming into my mind is I've listened to some like Theo Von podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's not like anti-technology, but he does like something he does say a lot is like, at what point should we stop like going for complete elimination of human need? Right? Like there has to be at some point where we just stop trying to like maximum the fuck out of everything. I love maximizing stuff, but I kind of see a part of it. It's like at some point, like the way AI is going now, like is there even a point for artists anymore? Like there's
I heard that it'll drive up the value of things that have been touched by humans.
Yes.
Like an insane amount.
But I feel like for the general population that has no effects. Because I don't care if a human made or not. If it pleases my eyes, I'm already good enough, right?
It is what it is. I feel like a lot of people are scared or are concerned about all these different factors being wiped out by technology improving and advancing.
Yeah.
But I like to see it as, yeah, it's insane. We'll probably reach a singularity event that changes human life like no other era has ever. But if you compare some of the smaller items to when we had like, oh, I forgot what the word was. But when like the steam engine was made or when farming was discovered, it changed a lot of things, and a lot of other old things became obsolete. Like you didn't need somebody to walk around the town to wake everybody up by turning on all the street lamps.
Yeah.
And people would have been like, oh, what are they going to do for a job? Or like, what is the, I don't know, fucking person that cleans out the bathhouse is going to do for a job? Like things like that. Those are jobs that are obsolete now, same as jobs now that people are worrying about. It's going to become obsolete, but it's like the same concept that happens whenever a major technical or major advancement is made for like human civilization.
No, I totally understand that, and I agree with that. Like some jobs will just go away completely, but like what's weird is like the thought about like just art or like human made art going away. That's like so weird. Like for example, yes, we have been through all these revolutions, and that's one thing that's kind of never gone away.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like there could be a potential for that to go away completely, and that is really weird, right?
Yeah.
Like through the Gutenberg press and farming and industrial revolution and all these other things, those were one of the few things that couldn't go away, and now it's like, oh shit, like it's been through all these other filters, and this is the one filter that might just end it, which is kind of crazy to think about. But like it is also true. It's like at what point do we say like, okay, this is enough of this advancement on this particular thing?
I don't think we will, because something with technology is that we can't comprehend just where it'll go, you know, and what will come out of it. So I feel like it's like back in the day where they could have been like, oh, like what's going to come out of our ink pens or whatever, like we're depending so much on technology. But now, like back in the day, you wouldn't have been able to think of a phone. And depending on a phone, and now you're like, oh, life is so much more useful with a phone. Like what the hell, why 100%. Would I go without a phone? And then so if you think about maybe like 50 or 100 years in the future, something would come up and our lives would be obviously so different, to the point where we'd be like, oh my god, life was so much more harder when we had to do it like this or do it like this, and like obviously it's easier with this technology, so why would we ever go back? And I feel like that's just gonna keep going until there's like no resistance with human life in a way.
So we just essentially become robots. That's probably pretty close to it. Like if not probably at minimum cyborg, at maximum essentially just become robots.
Yeah, or like lazy ass fucks like in WALL-E.
But why? What's the point? Like if we have an AI and they'll be like, what's the point of you guys, of humans?
I think that's the negative way of thinking.
What do you mean?
Like thinking that AI like will want to take over or want to be like, oh, what's the point of you guys? But it could be still used as a tool, or it could be a symbiotic relationship still.
I think, I mean, if we do hit that,
because a tool is a tool.
If we hit the singularity point, then no, it would be no more humans, right?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. I mean, I think humans as we know it won't be the same. It would be like it would be like a cyborg type of human.
For sure. I think it's almost like if you look at now, you expect every single person after a certain age to have a cellular device.
Yeah.
And to have it on them all the time.
Yeah.
And most people just hold it. Like I have a habit of just holding my phone all the time. It's literally connected to me.
Yeah.
As is so many people's phones with them. And that's not that different from being a cyborg. Or people who have Meta glasses now. I know so many people that have Meta glasses.
Yeah. But I mean, it'd be interesting to think about that, because it's like when you start becoming a cyborg, you may or may not be starting to trade parts of you for technological parts, right? And then at what point do we stop that, right? That's very interesting, because that's like literally creating a robot at that point, right? Like you're slowly going towards the robot.
Maybe just your head. Because you imagine people who have prosthetics, you can just have a regular plastic prosthetic, or you can have one that is robotically enhanced. Why don't you do the robotically enhanced one, you know?
Yeah, so then I mean eventually it would be a robot.
Yeah.
Right. Like that would be the end goal of, not the end goal, but that feels like from our knowledge now, that would be what it would result to.
Right.
Yeah. Because like the moment AI can make a brain bit better than a brain, then it's like, what are we doing here?
Like with CRISPR and everything.
Not even CRISPR. Like the hardest part about the brain is that we don't really understand it fully yet, right? Mm-hmm. Like, how does it compute so much? How does it have so much knowledge? Like, this is how much compute we need to equate to a real human brain, and we don't even know that number yet, right? But once we know that number, and once we know how to create that itself, it's like, oh, why don't we make a smaller, more efficient version of that?
True.
And then they keep doing that and doing that and do that. And then eventually it'd be like robots again, right? It's not really like getting rid of humans. It's more like humans being phased out of evolution.
In a way. Like, do you think that the singularity point includes robots becoming... I can't think of the word right now.
Sentient?
Yes.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I mean, if they can figure out how that works, then yeah, possibly.
Oh, for sure. I think it's possible robots can become sentient, but I feel like the singularity point doesn't have to include that.
Then how do you see it mapping out?
I think the singularity point is a point where life as human beings with technology is completely different. We'll never go back. Completely different. Just cohabitating, symbiotic relationship, completely dependable. But that doesn't necessarily mean that technology or AI has become sentient.
Well, I'm confused on what you mean by the singularity point then. I feel like we're talking about two different points.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think singularity point can mean literally like technology has advanced so fucking much and has been so ingrained in our lives that
technically there's been a singularity point before this then. If that's your definition of it, no?
Not necessarily, no.
Because it's been so ingrained into us right now.
I think we can still go back if we wanted to. Like, you could go into the forest, go camping, spend days without technology, and you'd be completely fine.
Do you consider fire technology?
No. I'm saying technology like devices, like technology. But for the singularity
so do you consider like an axe a technology?
No. I'm talking about like tech. Like when you talk about tech, like literally
Yeah, no,
tech.
I understand. But like technically an axe would be a technology too.
I would say that's tools. Like human-made tools. Like if you saw
but wait, who made your
monkey?
Phone?
If you saw a monkey use a rock to like break open a clam.
Yeah, he's learned something new.
I would say has learned to use a tool. And I wouldn't say that he's using technology now.
Okay, wait, hold up. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. What's the definition of technology? I feel like technology is a really broad definition, no? The application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry. Yeah, so that'd be like machinery and equipment developed from the application of scientific knowledge. So like developing like the first Gutenberg press is technically technology. It's like it's pretty much like how far back do you consider not technology and technology?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say a hammer is technology.
But
for my personal definition.
Oh, okay, your connotation of it. I see what you mean. Okay.
Like when I talk about technology, I'm talking about like devices, computers.
Okay. And then so then now what's your singularity point?
Is when all that has advanced so much that we literally cannot go back. That life itself is completely different. AI is 100% warped into our world.
Yeah.
We're completely like dependent on it. We literally cannot go back. Like right now we can go back.
Right.
If there was a solar storm wiped out all the computers, we can still live. We can still go back. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
But I think a singularity point is when we cannot go back. But I think that point doesn't have to include AI becoming sentient.
Really? Oh, I actually think interesting. Okay. I was thinking that singularity point is pretty much when AI can create an AI. When AI can create, or when AI can write its own code or create its own AI, then that
doesn't mean it's sentient though.
Well, that means, okay, so hold up. So that means it can infinitely improve on itself.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean it's sentient.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's sentient, but it can infinitely improve on itself. And then if it has a core objective, it could just make that better. But also, if it infinitely improves it on itself, with a very short amount of time, considering what it can do, then it would reach sentience a lot quicker.
Yeah, but it still doesn't mean that it has to be sentient.
That's actually really hard to say because it's so like we don't know what makes something sentient or not, but if it's not sentient, it could still like fuck up the whole world, possibly, right?
Yeah, and that still is a singularity point, but it's not sentient at that point still.
Oh, so we're talking about two different singularity points then?
Like for me, it's even if AI can recreate itself and can constantly improve itself, that'll probably be a point where fucking humans don't need to create AI. We literally just depend on it completely.
No, but
that could be a singularity point.
It wouldn't even be depend on it. It would be like whatever it wants as a core objective, it would just do. Like once something can create itself and create more of itself, right? Then it's like, okay, I'm just gonna build a bunch of nuclear factories now.
Yeah, sure, but that's still not sentient.
But what's the argument for it to be sentient?
It's when
no. Like why does that have to be such a key point? I'm wondering.
Oh, to me, I'm saying that it doesn't. When you brought up sentience, to me, it means that like a singularity point doesn't have to include it to be sentient for it to be a singularity point. It can, but it doesn't have to.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, but the moment I'm just trying to think of the steps. The moment it can create, it can start.
Yeah, it'll probably reach sentience really quickly, but it doesn't have to mean that like the singularity point is only achieved once AI has become sentient.
Okay. So then, wait. So you're saying at this point, you're saying that humans are still required?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Like today?
No. You're saying at that singularity point, you're saying humans may still be required.
Maybe not. Maybe yes.
Okay.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
We're just highly dependent, and it's at a point where we cannot go back.
Oh,
I see. If technology is wiped out, we'd be fucked.
Yeah. I actually think at that point we would slowly integrate and become robots. Just straight up become robots. If it has the knowledge to like infinitely reproduce itself, it can just make better brains. And like, if it can already have its own way of recreating itself, it could probably just download our brain or learn how to download our brain.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then until it like fully does, and fully is like, oh yes, AI is sentient. AI is like a whole...
no, it doesn't have to be sentient to do that though.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Wait, what were we originally talking about then? I remember you were saying like, I kept saying like we'd end up becoming robots if AI just became or had that power or went through that singularity point. I like that almost feel inevitable unless if they figure out some way to like make CRISPR so much better.
Oh, I'm sure that'll happen real fast.
No, but like if you can create the ultimate biological thing, then that biological thing, whatever the computer can figure out, will turn that into a computer. As in like pretty much right now, biology has a better version of a hard drive currently.
Yeah.
Right. Once it figures that out, and if AI can reproduce itself, it'll just make itself a human form because it has a better operating system. If it has a better operating system.
Yeah.
Then, that'd be crazy. If it does have a better operating system, then it would just create like fucking meat factories of humans.
Maybe.
That it uses as its own processing.
Maybe.
That'd be crazy. But then, yeah, again, it goes back to not the complete doom of humans, but the doom of humans as we see it right now.
Yeah, for sure. Like we literally can't go back.
Yeah, of like our form of humans, yes.
Yeah, and if you're like a human,
yeah,
like as we know today, then you're severely in a place of like you're just lacking so much, and your whole life would be a detriment. All your skills would be subpar. Everything would just be not that great. Like imagine right now, even if you had no access to internet and you had no phone, you're already a little bit at a loss.
Yeah, for sure, you're at a detriment. Yeah, I wonder at that point, do they just fucking figure out how to make humans and then, call the herd?
Creating biomaterial, that'd be insane.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, why don't they just cull the herd, and then it's all cyborgs and robots then?
True, you could probably make any mythical animal that you want to at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. You can make almost, essentially with enough energy, you can make anything then.
Yeah, but they probably would have figured out some sort of energy source. Also, maybe wouldn't even go to physical.
Yeah,
bodies.
That's true. If you have like some like fucking psychedelic way of like accessing,
literally upload everyone onto the fucking cloud or whatever dimension shit.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, and then at some point it's like yeah, we're not really humans no more. It's like a different form. We're like X, whatever next version.
Elon Musk's kid?
No. I'm not sure about that. Do you think there's an AI bubble right now?
I think if you're talking about investing and stocks and economy and shit like that with AI, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's going to pop.
Oh, really?
Because there's so much money put into NVIDIA and like other things that people aren't looking at, like all the other things that is included in AI. But if you're talking about the AI bubble in terms of like everyone using it as a buzzword and how it's like very much glorified and there's an AI race, I don't think that's going to stop.
I was thinking mostly economical.
Oh, economical, yes. I think it's going to pop. But I think it's going to pop specifically because too many people are focused on like a number of companies. And I think that part's going to pop. And it's going to go towards like other companies and whoever wins this AI race. But everyone's fucking like all 10 toes into NVIDIA.
I see. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think there is one too. But it'd be crazy if there wasn't. Pretty much the only way it wouldn't be is that they have created that value.
Yeah.
So like whatever they put the valuation into it is actually being realized later on. But it feels impossible. It feels very impossible that they'll actually realize that valuation.
Yeah. Whoever wins this AI race is going to literally dominate the whole world almost. Or at least the American market, if we're talking about just the American market.
I mean, so what does winning mean, though, I guess?
I feel like you're right. That's a very good question. I feel like it's being the first to develop some things. And everything is developing so fast. And if you're the first, then you can jump on it.
But first to what, though, right?
Develop certain platforms, develop certain things. If you can get the masses to adopt something, and if you're the first person to do it, I think you have a huge advantage. Or if you're the first person to adopt or take over one sector of whatever AI needs, like some semiconductor or energy provider, you fucking got it.
Oh, I see. I was thinking first to make general AI.
First to make even that.
No, I think that is the fucking, that's the line. Right, that's the race, or like if you're saying everyone's in a race, where are they racing towards, right?
Yeah, it's first.
But they're not all racing to the exact same thing, but except for general AI, that's the only thing I can see them racing towards the exact same thing. For example, like Sora is only really looking at like videos and stuff like that, right? That's a very different type of LLM than something like Wolfram.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So like I think the first, if you're talking about a race, has to be towards general AI.
I guess Sora videos are so stupid.
I mean, some of them are fucking crazy, though.
Yeah,
they're so realistic and shit. Yeah, that'd be super interesting. I'd be interested. But yeah, it would suck if it's a AI bubble because like no matter what you do, you have some skin in that game, no matter what. Like it's almost so hard to avoid being in it. Like almost impossible, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's gonna affect everything.
Oh, for sure.
So that's gonna suck for all of us.
It's literally not just technology.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not really in that, actually no.
But then there's a few things that are actually no. I was gonna say there's a few things that will always be necessary in our lifetime and for human beings, and that's like medical. But then I was also gonna say like, oh, technology won't touch it, but technology will touch everything.
Oh everything. No, it's already touched medical, a lot
for
already,
sure.
Right? There's very few things. I mean, technology is such a general.
Overtake it, you know.
What do you mean?
I feel like a lot of customer service industry, like across the board, will probably get wiped out. Like your basic help desk, your basic call centers, all those stuff, all will be wiped out very, very soon.
No, I thought you were saying the stuff that won't be touched by it. I don't think there's anything, right?
Yeah.
Most things has to be touched by it. Yeah, that's pretty crazy though. Anyways, that's a little bit too much doom and gloom. We should
maybe not janitors. Specifically,
I think
a cleaning robot probably.
No, I think a lot of trades actually is probably at the advantage right now. It's kind of weird. Like we've gone from trades to technology, or from blue collar to white collar, and then potentially now back to blue collar. That could be a very real thing.
That is true.
But it is also a little bit weird because, like, I'm kind of in the middle. Like I work with a lot of trades, but I do a white collar job. But I work with a lot of the trades and stuff. And I know that their shit right now is very valuable because there's like
for sure.
Like the demand's crazy. There's not a lot of them, so the supply is very low.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I know for sure some of them would be like, we need someone like you to help manage the stuff, even though we're doing the actual work. Even if there was an AI, they would be like, no, we need you to tell me exactly what you guys need and stuff. And they're not willing to deal with it. But that being said, if a bunch of people that knows tech a lot more start going to the trades, then that might change the game a lot, because now they have like knowledge of both sides and they can make some big gains there. I think it's a big time potentially for some people to like jump ship to a different thing, because like trades is like, I feel like in the next, like in my lifetime, it won't go away.
Yeah,
like they can't create robots enough that are good enough to replace them.
Oh, for sure.
So it's a pretty good time to jump ship, but I don't know. That'd be interesting. It'd be a lot of like a re-education program, right? Like re-skilling and stuff. Because once you have like a little combination of the two, I think you'd be like super valuable.
I think so.
It's hard to the other way though. It's hard to go from blue collar to white collar, in my opinion.
Oh, really? Why? I'd imagine it's. I can see aspects where it's hard for both. Like if you're white collar to go to blue collar, then it's a lot more labor intensive, obviously.
Yeah.
And the other way around, it could be really hard to like adjust to the whole corporate atmosphere and the corporate environment.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's also like some in some cases they just don't have and don't care to have the knowledge base. Like some of them would be like, we'll rather get paid less than not have to learn this knowledge base. Right. But I think maybe I'm thinking more of the old school. Like maybe the new school is more willing to like embrace that stuff. Yeah, but that'd be super interesting. I mean, yeah, good time to be like electrician, plumber, all that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Shitty time to be a teacher, to be honest. Still. Because even then, it's like, if not just AI, but like online learning platforms are getting so good.
Holy shit, yeah.
Where like the videos, I feel like I learn more from videos than from a fucking teacher. Like, standing there.
And it's very niche for what you actually want to do.
Yeah, and it's cool because you choose how fast or slow you learn.
Yeah.
And for example, like I might understand this topic way faster than you, but you might understand this other topic way faster than me. But I can speed up the video on parts I understand and slow it down on parts I don't understand. Right. Whereas like if I'm in a classroom setting with like 50 other people, I can't just tell the teacher to re-explain this when 49 of the other kids understand it fully.
Yeah. Right? I fully agree with the actual material itself, but I think in class you do learn a lot more other things that aren't necessarily straight knowledge. Like, or hard skills. You learn a lot of soft skills.
Oh, like how to talk to your classmates.
Yeah, how to navigate in a social setting, how to hold yourself up to your values, how to have discernment, like a lot of social skills you learn.
Ooh,
and soft skills.
That is weird. What is the next generation's social skills going to be like? Like one thing I already know or I already see is like people don't sit and talk together or talk and eat lunch together anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That just happens less and less and less. And it's just like naturally happens less and less. But like that's a social skill that's gonna go away. But it might be a social skill that goes away that we don't even need. Right? I don't know. I have no idea. Right?
I think you would need it because humans are by nature social creatures.
Right. So then what happens now? Everyone's just watching YouTube while they're eating now.
Maybe there'll be some sort of pandemic.
Like what? What do you mean?
Like I don't know, like loneliness pandemic.
Oh, yeah, maybe. But then they wouldn't solve it by forcing you to eat lunch together. You know what I mean?
True. Let's see how Japan handles it in the next 20 years.
That's tough. I don't even know how far the Japanese population will go. Well, it's true. If birth rates are much lower than death rates, then you can't really do much. It does bring a little bit of fear into me too. It's like, if say I was a good old Canadian citizen and stuff, and I want the good of Canada, for example, then theoretically I should be trying to get a kid soon because to increase the population.
But do you care about Canada more than you care about your own personal goals?
No, but you don't. Actually, part of it isn't even personal goals. I think part of it is like the cost to it. Like how much it costs to have a kid now is like ridiculous.
Oh yeah, like I meant like greater goals for like the country.
Yeah, so like the true cost is ridiculous and they're not doing anything to help. Yeah. And I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Right. If that cost was lower and I had, say, another personal career goal, I could balance the two.
Yeah.
Right. Because the cost wasn't that significant. Right. Mm-hmm. But now it feels like, I don't know, just from hearing people, I obviously don't have the experience myself, but even just like, you know, knowing my sister and brother, they have kids now. It's like how fucking expensive shit is. It's just like,
100%.
This does not help. And it does not help the whole birth rate, death rate situation. And I don't think the goal is to immigrate more people. Like, don't get me wrong. No. I know Canada's built from immigration, but at some point you still have to like make your own people.
Yeah.
Right. You can't just rely on other countries to like farm out fucking people for you, right? Like you just become that country now instead of whatever your country is, right?
I think it's also the time allotment that it takes to actually raise a kid. Because if we go way back, if you had one parent having a solid job, then you could possibly have only a single income household, but you have a decent house, and then have one of the parents stay home and help raise the kids. I know that's not the case for everyone. That wasn't the case for me growing up. Both my parents worked all the time. But it was more possible that would be the case. But now I feel like you have to have a double income household. Both parents have to be working all the time. And so it takes so much more.
It's the cost of it. The cost of it is just so much
not
higher.
just the monetary cost, but literally the time too. You literally just don't have that much time.
Yeah, because of the monetary.
Yeah.
It's like if one person could pay for both, then one whole person could be at home the whole time. And then
true.
It's literally the monetary portion of it. I think it's mostly the monetary portion of it too. I think people aren't actually afraid of like raising a kid in the current environment. I don't think it's the environment that's causing it.
Environment still kind of
No. I think like environment in terms of like ethics and morals and stuff, I feel like people can figure that shit out. But I think it's literally one of the biggest factors, in my opinion, is the cost.
I think when people talk about the environment, they also talk about the state of the world.
Yeah, I feel like,
and that's pretty shitty.
People talk about that on the macro level, but when you like decide if you want a kid or not, you're not. I personally think people aren't thinking, oh, we shouldn't have a kid because of the state of the world. I think people are mostly thinking we shouldn't have a kid because we can't afford to have a kid.
Yeah, like first and foremost. Yeah. But I would say that it also depends on where you live.
Yes. I mean, if you grew up in a shitty community, you don't want to like redo that kind of thing like that. Right. But yeah, I think it's still cost though. Like if you grew up in a shitty environment, but then you became a millionaire and stuff, then you would, either leave the community or make your own community and have kids too. Right. So I still think the biggest factor is the cost to it.
Yeah.
And they're not making it easy. That's for sure. That is the hard part. And it does suck because it's like I'm very curious. Well, like, what is Japan gonna do, or what is Korea gonna do, and stuff.
Most of the world, actually, not a lot of people want kids as much as before.
Yeah, I think so too. Actually, it depends. Let's see. Countries that are growing right now. Okay.
I feel like I hear more people over the years bring up the fact that they don't want kids than when I was younger.
Oh, okay. So the countries that are countries with the highest current growth rates: South Sudan, Niger, Angola, Benin, Equatorial Guinea, Uganda. Oh, so it's mostly Africa right now. That makes sense, farming and all that shit. But it is like, I mean, that's crazy. So yeah, they're literally not even thinking about the state of the world, right? Like they're in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Most of those countries are very, very poor, but that's not stopping them from having kids. In fact, they're growing right now. Yeah, that's crazy.
You think in some countries that also takes a lot more to raise a kid than others? Like imagine.
Yeah.
This could be really death tone of me, but imagine if you were in a place that wasn't as developed.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Actually, no, I think it is really death tone. I would imagine, in some sense, it wouldn't take as much to raise a kid as it would in like a first world country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like in a first world country, there's just like so many more attributes that you need to care for and you need to worry about when you have a kid versus like some other ones where it's like, oh, just have a kid and make sure they're fed.
Yeah.
Versus here, it's like, oh, raise a kid. Oh, you have to do this by this age. You have to do this by this age. You need to fill up this, blah, blah, blah.
It gets very stressful. I can see that being very, very stressful for the parents. It's actually interesting too. So it's like mostly developing country, I think, usually due to like farming and needing extra income and stuff. But most developed countries, I assume, is on the decline. I assume Russia's on the decline for other reasons, probably the war. But yeah, a lot of developed countries are starting to decline. It's actually very scary too. Because if it goes to this exact same trend, then the world will be full of just Africans and Arabic people. Because mostly Africa and Arabic nations are growing the most.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But it's also really hard to see it on that macro level too. Like for me, it's like, oh, I'm going to die in like 70, 80 years from now. So it's like, I don't fucking care what the world looks like after that. Like I'm dead already, right?
Yeah.
Like you only care to a certain extent. Like you only care to like nth generation, right? Like I care maybe about like how the world looks like when my kids are around and maybe their grandkids, and after that it's like it's too far. Like I can't care anymore. Right? So then it's so hard to like think that far ahead.
I think there's definitely some people that think more further for their lineage and they care a lot more because they're like, oh, it's for my family name or it's for my like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about
I feel like most people though is like thinking what I'm thinking. Like they care about their kids and they care about their grandkids, but beyond that, it's like I probably won't ever meet that. Whatever's next.
Yeah.
And I'd probably, and also by then the gene pool is so diluted. Like, unless you're fucking like from Alabama.
Yeah, one daughter, suddenly no longer your last name.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying like the gene pool. It's like, think about it. Your grandkid only has 25% of your genes.
Oh yeah.
Right, so they only have like a fraction of your genes, and then as soon as you get another, like as soon as they have kids, it's like so diluted by then.
Oh, for sure. Unless you're in Alabama.
Yeah, unless you're in Alabama, I think that part of it goes away so fast. Like caring about that part of it goes away so fast.
I agree.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder what they'll do, or I wonder what the next thing, like maybe like lab grown babies or some shit. That'd be really weird at that point too. If they get into that territory.
I wonder if there's a nation or a company or a group of people somewhere in the world that have to care about this. Like, I get that every country cares about their own statistics, their own everything, but I wonder if there's somebody that's like argues for the world.
Yeah.
Is that NATO?
No.
No, it's not.
Yeah, if you care about for sure, if you care about that, about that in general, then you try to stop all wars. That's number one, right? Wars are bad. But then, like, how do you create more kids or more, not kids, but like more people, right? Like the only other way I can see it is like you force rich people to have kids.
There's something really fucked up about
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you're a billionaire, you have to have 5 kids minimum. I don't care how many, like, we can lab grow this shit, or you have to pay to lab grow this shit, but you have to have 5 kids. Because you're one of the few people who can actually afford to, like,
but then also
continue it.
There's a lot of problems there, because, like, if they gave birth to these 5 kids, are they going to spend time raising them?
Yeah, no, 100%.
And if they spend time raising those kids, you're going to have a whole bunch of princesses and, like...
Yeah. But like that's
spoiled ass rich kids living there.
Yeah.
And if they don't raise these kids, then you're gonna have a lot of orphans.
Yeah. But like I'm just imagining like how else can that happen, right? Like what's the other solution? I get it. It's not a perfect solution, but it's like they are the few people that can afford. And if they don't want to, okay, say you're a billionaire, you don't want to have that many kids, then you have to sponsor X amount of kids.
Oh,
or something like
not
that.
Bad.
Then it's just like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm not really in favor of people just saying straight up tax the rich, because I feel like that's such a crude and dumb thing to do. But it's like, give them a purpose, or like motivate them to have this purpose.
Yeah.
Right? And then if they have that purpose, it'll just be more natural.
Can you also imagine, though, to play devil's advocate, can you imagine being a really, really rich person who worked your way up from being a layman all the way to like the richest of the rich? Yeah. And people being like, you have to do this for your money. Wouldn't at some point you'd be like, dude, I was like you once and I worked my way up here.
Yeah.
Like if you really wanted to be this rich, then you could work your way up here too. I'm not going to spend my money on any other way than how I want to.
No, 100%. That's why I'm never in favor of just like straight up taxing people for whatever reason. But if you're going to say like, I'm thinking about the general good of the world, that's like one of the possibilities I can think of.
I can see it. But I think most people don't give a shit.
Yeah, unfortunately. Because
everyone's selfish.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, that'll suck, because it's like if you want the human race to win, let's say, then you have to keep pushing that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's true. Some people don't care. It is a hard problem to care about. Like, at what boundary do you start caring and do you stop caring, right? For example, it's like you care about your family, okay? So that means you care about the community near you. Okay, so like when does that boundary stop? So like maybe some people are even more noble enough to say I care about the Edmontonians. Maybe some people would be like I care about the Albertans, and some people would be like I care about the Canadians. But at some point you just don't care, right? And like what point is that? And I feel like most people limit it to the country portion, right? Like I feel like once you get outside of that, it's kind of like, oh, it's kind of hard, you know, it's difficult situation, very different situation. It's not directly my community now, right?
Yeah.
And it just gets weird after that. Like I feel like everyone for sure is like their own community they care about. Not like physically, but like your people, like your family, your friends.
Oh yes,
like that,
yes.
Right? Your own community. And then beyond that, then it like that number starts to drop. So like 100% of people care about their own community. Okay, how many people care about their own city? Okay, that might be like 85% now, right? Your own province, maybe like 65% of people care about their own. And then your own country, maybe it's like 50% or something like that. Right? Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's interesting to like just talk shit about it, but I guess there's nothing we can really do different.
I think there's always going to be problems. Like always. There's some problems that will always exist in the world.
Yeah. I mean, I actually think that the less actual problems there are, the more made up problems there are. Right? You know what I mean? It's like if your country was fighting a war, you don't care about LGBTQ shit right now. Like it's just not top priority. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to defend ourselves. This is just not the top priority. We'll send women to fight. We'll send babies to fight. We'll send whatever, as long as like, you know, we don't all die, kind of thing, or get conquered, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't be like she called me a he.
Yeah.
I'm a her, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, there's like certain priorities, but like when you stop having those like super real direct problems, then you start making up problems. It feels like I feel like that's a natural course of drama. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like if your school's on strike, you're not talking about who's like cheating on who and shit like that, right? You're just trying to like, or you're not talking about which teacher is like, you know, cheating and stuff like that. You just want the school back to normal operations.
Yeah.
Once it goes back to normal operation and there's no problem anymore, you just start making up problems.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. That's like the natural order of it.
I agree.
But I don't know. I also feel like not everyone. No, never mind. I lied. I feel like everyone does this. Like even I do it myself. So it's like if my life is too easy, I start picking up hobbies to make it more difficult, or I start going more in depth in my hobbies because like that difficulty is like interesting.
You need a little bit of resistance.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's also probably the same as countries, but there's also people that just like the negativity and like the drama, and they feed off of it.
Yeah. But no, I think naturally everyone wants something a bit difficult. I feel like if life was too easy, other than some like crazy egotistical
people find it in different ways. Like some people find it in challenging themselves with a puzzle or a new skill, and some people try and like challenge themselves with picking a fight with another person or like starting this shit or whatever.
Okay, so like outside of all the hobbies you do right now, if you had an extra 5 hours a week, you have to commit to something. What would you commit it to? And it can't be the hobbies you're doing right now or the stuff you're doing right now. Just something new.
Completely new.
It could be kind of related, but it has to be like new enough.
I would go take a class.
But like
I would go take a martial art class or a singing class.
Oh,
mostly martial arts, probably.
That's a good one. Good one. That was actually one of my answer too. One of the potential things I would do is probably a martial arts class, or I would commit harder to like learning. Like I'm trying to learn Spanish, but I would commit harder to it. But that's something I already do, so that actually doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly.
So the martial arts one was actually really
Otherwise,
good.
I was gonna say like take another certificate or learn something more for like my field, but then that's like already kind of being done, you know?
I think I would try to build something, but like, what would it be? It's weird because like I would like one of the reasons I want my own place is literally just to do renovations. It's not even to actually like have my own place. You know what I mean? It's just like do those projects.
Yeah.
I think that would be the next big thing I would dive really deep into. It's just like, all right, how do I, you know, do this? How do I do this flooring? How do I do this wall? How do I fix this? How do I do this? But is that something I'm doing right now? Is that completely new? As a committed hobby,
it's in your toolbox of things you've done. but not what you're committing your time to right now.
Yeah. I think if there's anything else crazy that I'd do. I mean, yours is a pretty good answer. Singing and martial arts. I think martial arts would definitely be top of my list. Mm-hmm. Do you have a specific one you'd do?
Ooh. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Any form of Jiu-Jitsu is a pretty good one too. Mm-hmm. I did judo for a while, and I think that was pretty top on my list that I wanted to do. The hardest part for me in judo is like the feeling of throwing other people.
You like it or you don't?
No, like it's kind of like I don't like to hurt other people.
Oh, yeah.
Like physically, right? And it just feels weird. It's like almost like throwing a punch at someone.
Yeah.
But with a throw. So it feels kind of weird. But for some reason, so part of judo, you learn some jujitsu. Mm-hmm. For some reason, like choking someone out doesn't feel as weird as like throwing someone. Like throwing someone has like instant impact pain. Whereas like when you do like a rear naked choke, they're just like going to sleep. That's it. Yeah. Right? Like they just wake up after. Like, it's not crazy. They're not dying or anything like that, right? And it's not like a instant like impactful pain.
Yeah, there's like time to it, right? You mean?
Like when you like choke someone out, they just pretty much go to sleep. That's it.
They don't die?
No. That's like trachea choking. When you when you do a rear naked choke, you just stop the blood flow to the brain and then they just pass out and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah. So like there's no like
Jesus.
There's no irreversible thing that's happening there. Whereas like when I throw someone, I'm always scared like, oh, am I gonna like hurt their shoulder or their back or something like that? Or when you throw a punch or like, oh, am I gonna like accident? I'm not saying I'm good, but I'm just saying like I don't want to like break someone's cheekbone or something like that. Right. That part for me feels weird when I did judo. But the jiu-jitsu stuff felt really fun.
I can see that.
But you would have like, I mean, it depends. You would have like cauliflower ears if you do a lot and stuff.
Yeah, I tried going to a few classes.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was kind of. I didn't stick to it because I thought it was lame how it started to be like kick this. Maybe it's the gym that I went to, but it was like kick this little bag for like 5 minutes.
Oh, that's like
and just keep
MMA
going.
stuff.
And I'm
no?
like,
is that kickboxing or is it?
That's fucking dumb.
It wasn't Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu though. What was it?
Oh, maybe it was kickboxing that I did.
Yeah.
But we still like wrapped our hands and stuff. Like I still have the wraps.
But that you don't do that in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, I see.
You want your hands free. You want your fingers free. At least like in actual BJJ and stuff. Yeah. So then you can like grab them. It depends, like gi or no gi, but like gi, you grab their shirt. Not their shirt, their robe. And then no gi, you try to grab like something, you pull them and stuff.
Yeah. I would do one of those.
Yeah. I think if there's anything else I'd want to do. Learn to code.
Is that necessary though now?
I don't know.
I feel like now if people went into comp sci, it's almost like going into engineering like a couple of years ago when you knew it was oversaturated and you knew that it was like whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, it's so oversaturated or like, oh, it's so blah, blah, blah. And like,
I feel bad for them because I feel like they're in
juniors are going to get washed out.
I feel like they're in an even worse position than engineering was a little while back. Because it's not just saturated, but it's also like,
your whole role
is gone.
Isn't necessary.
Yeah. Like engineering was saturated, so it was just hard to get a role. But for developer, it's like there is no more junior developer.
For you.
Yeah. Like you literally I could become a junior developer for my company now and not ever take a comp sci course.
Yeah.
Because I have all these other tools in my tool belt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of sad. You know what else I would do? I would try to go to like a culinary school or class or something.
That'd be sick.
That'd be pretty fun too. That'd be a really fun thing. If I had like an extra 5 hours in my week, do like not like a school thing, but like a class. You know what I mean? Like
so cool.
Once a week for 2 or 3 hours or something like that. That'd be pretty fun.
Or pottery.
No, I've tried that. It's not that fun.
Oh, I did it one time so far. Yeah, I did it one time so far, and I fucking loved it.
Oh yeah, you like it? I have some friends who actually like it. I'm not like personally. I'm not that big of a fan. Of it. is okay. Like when I see pottery, what I think of is like, dude, we can turn this into a CNC machine. We can do this like fucking automatic, perfect molds, perfect bends, all that shit. Fuck the actual pottery portion, right? I'm sure that's how they do it in like mass produced stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm
right?
sure.
So when I see that stuff, that's instantly what I think. So I'm not into it. But like cooking, I'd be like, ooh, that'd be kind of fun.
Oh, not bad.
Like if you took like a cooking class every Saturday for like 3 hours or something like that, that'd be pretty fun. That'd be pretty fun. Yeah, that's what I do. Or in like, in the summer, I don't know. It sounds kind of lame, but like a gardening thing would be kind of cool.
Oh, interesting.
For me, I think so. I think like, just like how to do some of these cool techniques, green thumb stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Would you ever have a home garden?
Yeah, 100%.
To the extent that some people out there have it, where your food source is highly dependent on your garden.
No, I feel like that's a disaster in waiting.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, if you have a bad year, and all of a sudden, say like you budgeted this year, and all of your food source comes from your own garden, and you had a bad year. Well, now you blew your budget on just food, right?
True.
Right. Like I would do it, and it would be like I would treat it like a hobby. Like it'd be for fun. If I grow food to eat and I can eat it, great. If it doesn't happen, it sucks. If I grow too much, okay, good. I can give more away now. But that'd be how I treat it. I think it wouldn't be like I need this to fucking live.
I imagine there's people that like when you really get into it, you can a lot of things, you dry a lot of things, and you prepare a lot of things. So you're not preparing literally like for the end of the year and for the next year. You still have some overflow. Yeah,
but I think the amount of land you need for that is like pretty intense. You don't get many yields here, right? So it's like
true. But I think I've seen people online that get a decent amount of yield with just their front yard or their backyard.
I don't think it's significant enough to, and like if they're doing it for the purposes of I want to grow my own food and eat my own food, good. Like they could probably do a decent amount, but if I want to grow my own food to save money, I don't think they're saving money. Like I don't think it's cost effective compared to like all the stuff you have to buy, all the time you have to put in. I don't think it's cost effective compared to buy like grocery store food, because like there's a reason why those exist, right?
It's true. At least variety for sure.
Yeah.
And you definitely like can't grow everything.
Yeah, like a normal, like for example, where my parents live right here, it's like no way their yard's big enough to grow enough to eat that much food. I don't believe it. Personally. Sure. There's just not. I feel like you have to live in like an acreage and then you have your own like greenhouse and shit type of situation.
I've seen some people on social media be able to do it with their front yard or backyard.
Yeah, but like let's say they try to just eat their own food, it'll last less than a week, in my opinion. Like the amount of calories they intake and all the food they grew, I don't think they can last that long.
I think for sure at the beginning, you can't fully depend on it, and it takes a while before you can fully depend on it.
But I think even then, like you're no way you're going more than a month. There's no way.
You have to find ways to stretch the things that you're making, like make flour, make cornmeal based things.
But you're not going to be
can your tomatoes.
You're not going to be fully dependent. You're still going to buy meat.
Oh yeah.
Right, so that's it. Still means you're not fully dependent, right?
That's true.
If you want to be fully, like when you say fully dependent, it means you're only eating the stuff coming out of your garden. No way.
Yeah,
like that will last like the amount of calories that can produce. If you have a family, that might last a week.
For the protein part, yeah.
No, not even just protein part. Like, let's just say you need X amount of calories a day, and you have a family of 4, and you ate only the things you grew, and you live in urban Edmonton. Like where I live, like maybe a little bit suburban Edmonton, there's no way you can make like lettuce. That's almost 0 calories, right? Like the amount of calories you actually need in a day, and then all the food you've grown. Again, most of it is like if it's lettuce and shit, almost nothing. Carrots, how many yield you get? You get 1 yield a year, and it's not that many carrots. Tomato, again, probably maybe 1 yield, maybe 2 yield at most per year. Like that's what my parents got from theirs, right? So it's like, and you only ate that, I think a week max. Potatoes, maybe. Potatoes are really hard to grow. Like it takes quite a bit of time. That's only like high calorie thing I can think of. Maybe some like zucchini doesn't give you a lot. Zucchinis grow pretty big. They don't give you a lot though, in terms of calorie. Right? They get really big and they look really big, but it's a lot of water.
True. I don't know. I just saw it on social media.
But yeah, it would be a fun thing to learn, I think. But I wouldn't rely on my own food.
Oh yeah, me neither.
I mean, if you had the acreage, maybe you could like slowly get into that. Like if you had your own chickens and you had eggs every day and stuff, that'd be kind of cool. Because I think in the summer you get like more eggs. I don't know how that works, but I think they might lay more than once a day or something like that. And you have like a group of 30 chickens or something.
Yeah, who knows? I know a lot of people in Edmonton that have chickens. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I would love to if it wasn't so gross.
Yeah,
because they're pretty stinky.
Yeah,
and they're pretty loud too and annoying.
Kind of sad. I saw one of my friends' parents' set up for their chickens, and they're literally in this tiny little like metal box, and they don't get a roam or anything like that.
It's at that point, really fucking just factory farm my shit. At that point, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah,
it's also
they, like, live in a shed, and they're in a space that's probably like half of this table.
Yeah. It's also one of the, like, for me, really hard justification to get like a bigger dog. It's just like I feel like there's not enough space for them.
Yeah,
like Tar's a really good size where he could run in the backyard and he could like full sprint. Right, but if I got like maybe even Lumi might be okay with my backyard, maybe.
Yeah.
But anything bigger, I feel like it'd be a struggle for them to like be happy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. Because like my life is still happening, so like maybe this week I couldn't, bring them out to the park as much.
Yeah.
Then they only have our daily walks and running around the backyard.
Yeah.
And if I had a big dog, dude, I feel like they'd be so sad about that.
Yeah, so depressed all the time from being bored as shit.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, I just can't justify getting a big dog because I feel so bad putting them in a small yard.
Oh, 100%.
But I mean, I know not everyone agrees with that, which is fine. It's just, for me, I can't do it. It's so tough. All right. Anyways, we'll end it off here. Fall's coming. Hope you guys drive safe.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. We'll have a couple more podcasts. What's next? Remembrance Day is next. We'll talk about some random shit. And then soon it'll be Christmas. Counting down the weeks. All right. Thank you guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.